The following presentation is brought to you by the Realm Network. This is Vince Russo's The Brand.
Hello, everybody on the Realm Network, and welcome to this bonus show, bro. This is an extra show that you get every single month, bro. Jeff and I just finished watching Stomping Grounds, WWE pay-per-view, and we are going to review it right here, right now. Jeff, what's going on, bro?
You know, it's sad when I'm happy that it was only 3 hours and 15 minutes.
I know, only 3 hours and 15 minutes. Yeah, bro, this pay-per-view, I mean, it was losing me, man. I was fading throughout the entire night. But, you know, I sat here, I watched the whole thing. Bro, there were some things that I did like about it. I mean, there were little spots here and there. We can talk about it. Let's start with opening up with Becky Lynch against Lacey Evans. Bro, I like the thought that, you know, Lacey does put into her ring gear. She had nice ring gear tonight, bro. She spends money on it. She likes to go out there and look like a star. She's doing the best with what creative is doing with her. You know, beating her, you know, very early on took a lot of, you know, luster off of this match. I mean, you know, my God, bro, if she would have went into this match being undefeated with a little bit of heat, it maybe would have meant more. But, you know, Becky going over, it's like, well, okay, you know, Lacey had already lost a couple of times. It was no big deal. I think there were a lot of sloppy spots in this match. If Becky is the man, I don't know why she's opening up the show. That's just some of my feedback for this match.
Well, they have some type of reasoning now. They try to open up with like a main event type open. Like they want a huge star in their opinion to come out first. I don't know. I've seen that a lot in the past year where you won't have an opening match anymore. You kind of have like a big match to get the crowd hot. That seems to be like their strategy or whatever. But, you know, I talked about this. I think it was on Castrating the Marks with Lacey. Is I just like how she's always in character. Character is the most important thing to her. You talk about the bad material she's given. At least she's, you know, even with that, she's trying to keep her character over all the time. Every mannerism, everything she does, it all has to do with her gimmick. And a lot of people don't do that today. What annoyed me was, you know, how we kept making fun of how they wouldn't, you know, especially the ambulance scene. They wouldn't mention that Becky and Seth were together. Now, every 5 seconds, Michael Cole's got to say, Seth Rollins is Becky Lynch's boyfriend. And
of
it's
course,
like, it's so crazy.
Well, it was because of where they went. And if they would have set it up properly, they wouldn't have to do it half-assed. Bro, you know what this goes? Well, you know, again, this goes back to Stephanie McMahon saying they book a year out. Yeah, you know, I mean, come on, Stephanie, please. And you guys had all the time in the world to make the relationship with Becky and Seth mean something. If you remembered, I went on the show a month ago and screamed that Becky was there at the ambulance. She didn't even acknowledge it. And remember how stupid Disco told us we were? Well, so now they do this angle, bro, and they're trying to make a big deal out of it when the bottom line is it wasn't set up properly to mean something. And bro, to add things, bro, like, you know, okay, Jeff, if I'm working there and this is where they're going, like I'm knowing, guys, you didn't set this up properly. We really didn't marry, you know, Seth and Becky. You know, we didn't do a good job. It's not going to mean anything. Whereas if we would have built it, then it would have meant something. But bro, to add insult to injury, okay, they're still teasing Brock Lesnar. Now, why is Heyman there? And B, why are you teasing Brock Lesnar? Why did you tease Brock Lesnar on TV last week when, you know, it's going to be the Becky and Lacey spot? Like, why would you, bro? You know, there's the boy that cried wolf. You know, bro,
exactly
when you're gonna keep doing this shit, bro, and then people are gonna turn the channel out. Freaking Brock ain't gonna come, bro. They do this every week.
Yeah, and before those two, they lied to him about 2 cash-ins or 3. I think 3 times they lied and said he was going to cash in. And when you tell the fans they're going to get something and you're not going to give it to them, you need to give them something better or just as good, so they're not upset. Right. And they don't. They just don't give it to them. So it's just it's the boy who cried wolf.
Well, bro, the only reason I could think of, Heyman it works for Brock Lesnar. He's the advocate for Brock Lesnar. The only reason I could think of him being there without Lesnar being there is for catering. Jeez. I mean, that's the only thing that makes sense to me, bro. I'm not going over this tag match. This is a Raw match. I'm not going to sit here and talk about Owens and Zayn against Big E and Xavier. I'm not going to talk about that.
Yeah, but we can talk about that Ali package.
Yeah,
because well, I mean, they did one months ago. I mean, it was a while ago where he talked about being a police officer, and they shot something similar to that, and then we hadn't seen anything like that till now. So I'm just confused in how they do this. I mean, I liked it. Give the guy some type of character. Okay, he's going to be a hero to people on the streets or whatever it is. But they didn't say his name once in the entire thing. If you didn't know his face, I mean, his ring gear, and now in this, it's in black and white. He's got a hood on. Did everybody know who he was? I mean, they couldn't put Ali up at the end or anything like that. I mean, they didn't even tell you who he was in the entire thing. I thought that was weird.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to this, to be honest with you. Bro, I swear to God, I always put over Ricochet. Everybody knows, because when I met him at Lucha Underground, he was very nice to me. But, bro, I think this was the worst no-sell of anything I ever saw in my life. Joe hit him with a freaking clothesline that should have took his head off, and he turned right around, and they got into the finish. I was like, oh, my God. Freaking Ben Hameen is probably screaming his television set.
Yeah, I just don't understand how they just flip-flop the belts. I mean, Ricochet has no character. He's had no storyline. We go through this whole thing with Joe, making Ray give him the belt and all this stuff with Joe. Why was Joe even the champion if this is where you were going with it? There was no story. So the title change is meaningless, and it's just passed on to another guy that means nothing. Yeah. So I just don't get it. There was no story. They booked this a fatal 5-way match. The winner got Joe, and then the winner beat Joe with no substance to the entire thing. So what was the point?
Yeah. Well, the most interesting to me, bro, is that, literally Joe has been wearing the same ring gear for the last 10 years, that the red and black trunks are actually starting to fade and they're becoming pink and black. and that was the most amusing thing to me. Bro, why this guy does not get new ring gear after 10 years? I don't know.
I just like how the Triple H pictures have now morphed into the television show where he's going to congratulate his NXT.
Well, yeah, and bro, this is living in the bubble. Okay, bro, we're all watching this, and we all know this is fake. And here we're congratulating the guy in the back for winning the fake. That's where they live in the bubble, man, and they just don't get it. They just don't freaking get it. They put that scene in. I don't know what it accomplished. I mean, what did it possibly accomplish? And then later on with AJ and the Bullet Club, oh, bro, that's the big hook to get me to watch tomorrow night. They couldn't have done that on the show tomorrow. But yeah, bro, that's where, the bubble of, oh yeah, let's congratulate him after his fake victory, so we look like stupid wrestling. What do we got in the Heavy Machinery against Daniel Bryan and Rowan? Daniel Bryan was over, bro, because it was his hometown. Bro, you know what I noticed? Tell me if you're noticing this during the match. The fan, they were chanting throughout this entire match. Bro, when they chant like that and it has nothing to do with the action or anything, I swear to God, that tells me they don't give a shit about the match. That tells me that they're totally freaking bored and they're just looking to do something to kind of pop each other. It's such a freaking disrespect because, it's all about when they do it and what they're saying. And all I felt was when they were chanting during this match was they just didn't give a shit about this match.
Yeah, and it was even worse during the main event. And yeah, it's disrespectful to the guys in the ring who don't write the creative. It's not their fault. But at the same time, you nobody's to blame but WWE, because they're not giving the fans a reason to sit there and care about the match. So they are getting bored. And then if they're a-holes, they're going to be disrespectful. WWE could easily control this by writing a compelling program. You would never see this. It wouldn't happen.
Right. This match was way too long, but I thought they did a good job in getting Dozer over.
Dude, that guy could be the most entertaining guy on the show.
No doubt, bro.
I don't get it. They go away for weeks. You don't see him, and then he's on TV, and then they don't do it. The guy, I just let the guy do goofy stuff backstage for 15 minutes. You'd be laughing the entire time.
Yep.
I don't get it, man. He needs more TV time.
Alexa and Bayley. Let's start at the beginning. Let's start with the ring entrances, because Alexa gets it, bro. She's a star. She dresses like a star. She makes herself up like a star. Bro, did Bayley not say in a promo like a month ago, no more hugging?
I think it was only like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, but then why are we still doing the balloons like and the video screen? Like nothing has. Why would they have her say that? And why would they script that if they're going to continue to do that? I don't understand.
Yeah, especially because on SmackDown, they had her come out. I mean, maybe it was her call, obviously, or whatever, but she came out in those booty jeans. I mean, did you see those jeans on her? You know how where I was talking about her rear end? I mean, that accentuated that. So I'm like, all right, maybe we're getting a different Bayley. But no, match time comes around, and it's the same thing we see all the time.
And, bro, did you see the one spot where she hit the ropes and then did a somersault? And I'm like, just why? Like, why? She hit the rope and she did a somersault and landed on it. I'm like, what? Like, what is that? I first of all, I could do that. Like, that's not like, what is that, bro?
I think it's the theater aspect that they put into it. You know, I don't know.
And then, bro, there was again freaking Alexa hit her head on that freaking turnbuckle again, bro.
Which there's certain wrestlers that like to receive certain moves, and you'll see them take moves, the same move in every single match, where it's not necessarily in the repertoire of the opponent. This must be a move Alexa likes to take. She takes it every match. So I'm thinking this is her, you know, which why would she do that though? Yeah.
And then, Nikki Cross hitting the ring at that, either the timing was just a bad finish.
Well, it didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I mean, Alexa pushed her into Bayley, so why is she flying in the ring mad at Bayley? Like it didn't make any sense. You know, the logic didn't make any sense why she would go in the ring.
Yeah. And then we had Truth and Spud at the wedding, which was good.
Yeah, you saw that coming a mile away when he said he was going to a wedding.
Yeah.
I still don't understand why Rudy got out of the car. Like, why did Rudy get out of the car? He just pulled up and got out of the car. Why? Does that part make any sense to you?
No, yeah.
But I tell you what, I popped. I don't know if you noticed this or even care. But when they did the car spot, you know, the one from SmackDown or whatever with Rudy's car, when Spud pinned Truth, he put his feet up on the car like they were ropes to get the extra.
I didn't know.
Yeah,
I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, this was the best match of the night for me. Reigns and McIntyre was the best match of the night. Two things they did that I liked was, number one, bro, first of all, I got to say it. Even though he has the incredible growing neck, Shane on the outside was very good.
Yeah.
Very good, very, very entertaining, going back and forth. Are you ready? Blah, blah. He was very, very good. Bro, thank God they did that one spot where they got Shane out. When Reigns dropped him and then Shane was eliminated and then they were able to have their match. But, bro, all these great workers on the show, Dolph Ziggler and freaking Kofi and Samoa Joe and Ricochet and Seth Rollins and all these great guys this was the best match of the night as far as I was concerned.
Now, I had the same thing. I wrote down best match. This is what I don't get, because when there's no storyline, when you're not protecting people that lose matches, when there's no reason for things that happen, all the fans have to base their opinion on the wrestlers on is who wins and who loses. And this is the case here. There's no story. Drew McIntyre was not protected. I don't get the logic why Shane McMahon beats Roman Reigns at the last show, but Drew loses here. A loss to Drew is not going to hurt Roman. They just keep failing to get Drew to that next level. Drew needs to win this match as far as I'm concerned, but and he wasn't protected and there's no story. So all we got is just another Drew McIntyre loss and he goes down a notch. I don't get that. Why Shane wins and Drew doesn't. I don't understand that.
I don't either. Kofi and Dolph. Bro, is the ref always in the ring for cage matches?
I think when there's a pin, yes. If it's not just an escape the cage match, yes.
Okay. Bro, I thought, bro, every time there's a match that's hyped, it never meets the hype. I did not think this was a good match. I think they spent way too much time on the mat, grabbing each other's feet while they're trying to go out. I did not think this is a good match. Nowhere close to Reigns and McIntyre, but I did like the finish. Yeah, I liked it, bro. I thought it was. I never saw it before. They could do that with Kofi because he's a great athlete. It was creative. I like the finish.
Yeah, but like you knew who was going to win. So this match, there's no way Dolph's winning here. You know this. Right. So who cares? And I think that's part of the reason why the match comes off as flat because you know who's going to win. So it doesn't matter. Yeah. Yeah. I just don't understand why the refs have to open the door. Why is there a door then? Just either leave the door open, don't have a door, or have the wrestlers have to open the door. Why is there a ref there for a wrestler to tell him open the door?
Doing it that way forever. That's why they don't look at you like that. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense.
Bro, somebody pointed out Charlie was the entire time she was interviewing Kofi, she kind of was holding her stomach, had her hand like over her stomach. And somebody pointed out when women are pregnant, that's what they do all the time.
I didn't even notice that. Interesting.
Yeah, interesting.
We'll see if that's true. We'll know in 9 months.
Yeah. Seth and Corbin. Bro, I swear to God, when Lacey Evans came out, like they had to connect the dots to me because they haven't done anything with Seth. I'm like, what the hell? Like, I don't. And then, okay, because Becky beat Lacey. Okay. But my God, bro, you talk about what a shitty build. They could have built that up, bro. They could have made it mean something. Bro, there could have been a romance between Lacey and Corbin. They could have really, really, really built this thing up. But they freaking put this thing together with masking tape and spit. And it didn't freaking mean anything. And again, bro, why are you teasing Brock Lesnar? Bro, you know what I would have done? Do this whole ridiculous, stupid thing. And when him and Becky are playing high school sweethearts and they're walking up the ramp, I would have had freaking Brock Lesnar spear him out of nowhere and beat the ever-loving shit out of him right in front of Becky. That's what I would have done. But, bro, they set this up like, they're high school sweetheart, they're 18-year-olds. And I swear to God, bro, this is the mentality of the Pritchards and the Jarretts and the Hayeses and the Heymans and the Vinces. And this is their mentality. Bro, these aren't 18-year-olds. These are grown freaking ass adults. And, oh, my God, bro, just so what it could have been into what you made it. You talk about just horrible, horrible execution when it comes to a storyline.
Well, I mean, this creative cannot write wrestling, so I does not surprise me they can't write a relationship. That they're not going to get that, but that's what it is. You had to think, oh, Lacey, why? Oh yeah, duh. Okay, because Becky's dating Seth, but that's not in the stories. There was no Lacey and Seth interaction anywhere on the shows prior to this. The only Becky and Seth stuff is just backstage shots where you can't hear what they're saying, and Michael Cole says, "Oh, Seth is her boyfriend." Like that's the only thing that they know. And this is why the crowd's chanting Daniel Bryan and CM Punk and boring, and then they had to mute the crowd because they didn't give a crap.
Bro, somebody said to me online, oh, well, no, bro, they've been hyping it up on social media. Bro, casual wrestling fans are not following the WWE on social media. You know what I'm saying? So that's great that they're doing it on social media. But what about their Cornerstone television show?
Yeah, it's not like they have too much stuff to fit into 3 hours that they have to push some of it to social media. I mean, this stuff should be on the show. Lacey Evans makes her own videos on Twitter that are better than anything she does. She had Becky Lynch toilet paper and went to take a dump with it. Like she does these creative things on her Twitter that is better than anything you would see on the show. And I'm like, why isn't this on the show? But yeah, I mean, if you don't follow them on Twitter, it doesn't matter to any of these people, and it doesn't. And since when are referees allowed to change the rules of the match? You think about of all the creative that referees have ever have, the rule books and in kayfabe and everything you've ever done. Has a regular referee ever had the authority to make it a no DQ match if they were not a McMahon or they were not a GM or an authority figure?
No.
It makes no sense. I mean, that's the stuff. I'm like, aren't people sitting there going there? Why can Lacey make this a no?
And then not only that, bro, the first time there was a screw, the very first time Becky would have come out there.
Yeah.
You're going to let this whole thing go on. She's got to slap him twice to make Becky come out. Meanwhile, she's changing the rules. She's hurting her shoulder. She's not counting. I mean, it would have been the very first screw, bro. But like that's what I'm saying. They don't know how to lay the shit out, bro. Can I tell you something?
And they don't even kiss. They hug. That's what real couples would do.
Bro, can I tell you something? These people are not the wrestlers. They're actors. These people are very bad at what they do. They're just very, very bad at what. Vince, could you do better? Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. They are just so bad. You know, again, bro, I say over and over and over and over again, you know, the way I wrote, we put ourselves in the shoes of every freaking wrestler. That's how me and Ed sat there. Okay, here's what's going on. What would this one do? What would that one do? What would this one do? The first time Lacey screws Rollins, here comes Becky. You know, but they don't. Oh my God, bro, they're bad. They're just very bad at their jobs, man. I mean, they're just bad, bro. I don't know what else to say.
You know, I go back to this. There was something that happened in the Attitude Era, and you expected DX to run in. Well, someone had locked him in their locker room, and you see him trying to pound and get out.
With a forklift.
Yeah, do something with. Explain why Becky isn't going out there if you don't want her to come out at the end. Don't just, you know, it's just lazy.
Yeah. But that's it. And I bet tomorrow they'll have the big tag. Big tag will be on the show tomorrow.
Or that will be the next pay-per-view in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
The mixed tag. But, you know, and then we got more of this Shane and Roman and Drew stuff. I'm just like, end it already. It's the same crap over and over again. And there's zero story.
Yeah. Well. All right, bro. So that is it, Realm. You are getting 2 shows today. You're getting Lions, Tigers, Bears, and Disco, right?
Castrating the Marks.
I'm sorry, Castrating the Marks. It's late, guys. And you will get this review show, and I will be back tomorrow with That's Life. Thanks for being members, guys. Thanks for your support. We will see you here tomorrow. Take care, everybody.